climate change, and slowing economic growth are only a few. But besides, between now and 2050, 10 countries are going to account collectively for over half the world's projected population increase. Of that 10, 4, including Nigeria, are D-8 countries. All of these countries also have large youth populations who will need education, jobs, and livelihoods in the next few years. But perhaps more importantly, it is a time also of enormous opportunities. The fall in commodity prices has led us to deepen diversification of our economies and challenge industry to greater productivity and cost effectiveness. Most of our nations are achieving great milestones in the use of renewable energy, while our young people, despite the difficulties, are competing with their peers in the commercial use of innovation and technology. Honorable Ministers, it is time to leverage on the clear vision of the founders of this organization for economic cooperation, which is to advance the positions of developing countries in the world economy, diversify and create new opportunities in trade relations, and enhance and provide better standards of living for our people. In the main areas that we have marked for cooperation, namely finance, banking, rural development, science and technology, humanitarian development, agriculture, energy, environment, and health, we must begin to make concrete plans for collaboration and partnerships. We must use our strengths and comparative advantages to advance the good of one and all of our nations. This is the reason for our coming together, and we must take full advantage of this auspicious arrangement. On the socio-economic front, we must constantly remind ourselves of the profound statement of principles which we made in our very first summit in Istanbul in 1997, which was that the main objective of the D-8 is socio-economic development in accordance with the following principles: peace instead of conflict, dialogue instead of confrontation, cooperation instead of exploitation, justice instead of double standards, equality instead of discrimination, democracy instead of oppression. These principles are timeless and as relevant today as they were then. The D-8 countries must remain a potent force for peace, for justice, and the observance of fundamental freedoms at all times. And this is especially so with the social upheavals and conflicts and tensions flaring up here and there. Finally, let me again reiterate Nigeria's commitment to working with all of our members in the task of enlarging the opportunities for trade and investments amongst our countries, and our readiness to continue to support the work of the organization in these areas. I wish you all very pleasant stay here in Abuja and useful deliberations at this important meeting. It is now my very special privilege to formally declare this meeting, the 6th meeting of the ministers of the D-8 countries for economic cooperation, open. Thank you.